Hey there, my friend Perry Tinsley here. Today we're going to talk about salads. I know they often get a bad rap, and it might sound like something is boring, bland, they don't fill you enough. Who wants to talk about rabbit food, right? But let me tell you, I have really embraced salads over the years, especially when I wanted to get healthy, get fit, and these meals can really be power-packed items that you can have that really satisfy the taste buds and really give you fantastic energy and power. And so let's talk today about like 7 items. I think it's about 7 that you can add to your salad that's going to boost your energy, make you feel satisfied, and actually just lift you up throughout your day. But before we get into all this stuff, I want to welcome you to another Power Blast podcast where we provide nourishment for the soul, allowing you, my friend, to transform from the inside out, providing rapid results in mindset and fitness so that you can recharge your battery. And we're going to talk about battery charging stuff today and reclaim your power. And when you're ready, let's have a chat about yourself, about your goals, things you're going after. Hop over to my calendar. I opened it wide open just for podcast listeners. It's at talktoperry.com. That's Perry. And hop on my calendar. We can chat 15 minutes, and I'll help you out there. We can just brainstorm some ideas. So we'll see you there. Talktoperry.com. So it's all about keeping that energy high, reclaiming your power. And I'm thinking about things that you can add to a salad. Now, do I add all of these all the time? No. But these are some things to consider, especially if you find salads you just always have the same thing, or you just find salads to just be incredibly boring, so you're going to avoid them at all costs. I was not a big vegetable eater a good chunk of my life. As a matter of fact, my parents, I think both of them had to get stitches when their jaws dropped and hit the floor when I told them I started eating vegetables, when I made that decision and committed to it. Because I had to gag those things down. And my idea of a salad when I was a kid was iceberg lettuce. I don't even think it was called iceberg at the time, but that's what it was. And Thousand Island dressing was the only thing I would have. That's it. Don't put anything on my salad. So, but as I've gotten into just really taking care of myself over the past 20 years, I've really embraced salad, especially at lunch, but also dinners. Not so much for breakfast, but quinoa. That's a big one. It's a grain. Protein, fiber really helps give your salad a punch. Adding in some nuts like almonds and walnuts, and I'm not talking about the candied ones. I know a lot of times people throw those in their restaurants. Always put that stuff in there. But just some of those raw ones in there, great source of healthy fats, help you keep those energy levels high. Chickpeas are another one. I don't know how long ago it was that I learned that chickpeas and garbanzo beans, they were the same thing. We always had garbanzo beans in the pantry as a kid. And I just thought, oh my gosh, who would give a bean that name? They got to be the grossest thing ever. Once again, that was my anti-vegetable mindset there. But chickpeas are going to give you the fiber, the protein as well, energy boosting. Sunflowers and pumpkin seeds also do. Now, I believe I've got an aversion to sunflowers, but I know that should you not, though that's a great option. I love adding pumpkin seeds, though. A nice little crunch, great little energy boost. It's not like a caffeine boost or anything like that, but another thing, avocados. I love adding avocado to my salad for great energy. Some fruits like strawberries, blueberries, that would be it. And you know what's another cool thing that I think is kind of underrated, that I don't know if it gets considered all that much, is putting in some sweet potatoes or yams into your salad. And you can just roast them and then add that to a salad. Quite a dynamic flavor to it, but also giving you an energy boost. So, just considering those things. And once again, here's my thought on really questioning and challenging when you come up with, oh, nope, 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 I'm not going to be a salad eater. I'm not going to be a vegetable eater. I'm not going to do this. And we put up a wall and a barrier, kind of like, I'm drawing a line right there. Yet you've got these goals out there that you want to have, and you create barriers to not get there. And so that's one thing that I did when along on my journey, and I really surprised myself because vegetables were one of those things, like I defended that limitation. I'd like, no way, that's where I draw the line, is vegetables. And I did that for a long time until I decided, you know what, I'm going to test this out. I'm not committing to the whole vegetable thing, but I want to see, does it matter? And will I have an aversion to it? So I tested vegetables out for 30 days. I'm giving it 30 days. And I committed to it. I mean, for the 30 days, I made sure that I stuck to it. It's not like I said, I'm committing 30 days and then after day one, to be like, no. I mean, I tested things out. But I noticed, like after a month, maybe it was like a week or so, I dropped 10 pounds. I got, the energy was off the hook. And I was like, wow, this does matter. My body does want this. Now I got to figure out a way to make my taste buds happy, you know? And I wanted to do it without adding in a bunch of things that were going to take me off track from my goals. So that's what I want to challenge you with, is to really take a look at some of those things that, it might not be salad. It might just be, hey, I'm coming up with some sort of reason that I'm not going to do that to get to my goal. Yet it could be the very thing that cracks the code on so many other things in your life, that if you just say, you know what, I'm going to be open to this for the next 30 days, that may be a big shift for you. I know it was a big energy boost for me. And that's why I tell people, and that's why I'm telling you, jump on my calendar, talktoperry.com, because I want to hear what you're struggling with, what things you're putting up as a barrier. And I can give you just a different perspective that can help you really reclaim your power, boost your energy, and the worst case scenario, once we're on the call for 15 minutes, you're going to walk away with 3 strategies to really empower yourself, to fuel yourself up so that you can reach those goals and sidestep some of the blocks that you've been putting in front of you. And I know you have them, because I do too. Okay. Calendars at talktoperry.com. So while we're talking about salad, there's one thing I do want to make sure that I address, because a lot of times, and this is where I was at, we've got the salad, great energy boosting stuff, great ingredients. Maybe we bought organic, and then we dump a bunch of crud on it. Not crud, we put on salad dressing, but a lot of it is super caloric, filled with sugar, filled with fats that really don't matter. And so I'm going to give you a couple things to put yourself even more control. 2 ideas here that just to take control and make your own dressing. Now, it's going to sound like it's really tough, but it's not. I mean, some of these are like 4, 5, 6 ingredients, maybe. I'll give you 2 ideas. So you might want to go back and watch this. But idea number 1 is addressing, because when you can take control of your dressing, you really, you're making the most of your meals here. One would be like a classic balsamic vinaigrette. That's where you got a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, and you can double the recipe and stuff. That's usually what we do. 1/4 cup of balsamic, 1/2 cup of olive oil, teaspoon of honey. Sometimes you could even use maple syrup, pure maple syrup in there. A teaspoon of Dijon, a clove of minced garlic, and a little bit of salt and pepper. Boom. Mix everything in a blender. You've got it. You can do the shaker cup. We like using a blender instead. Another one's like a creamy, speaking of avocados, creamy avocado. So you put in a ripe avocado there. You put in a 1/4 cup of olive oil, a clove of garlic, handful of cilantro, and then some salt and pepper. Blend those all together. Give those a try. Go for the next 30 days saying, you know what, I'm going to power up my salads. I'm going to vary it up. And you can let me know. You can email me back, Perry@putyourselffirst.com. Here's how my salad experience went. salads can be super, super satisfying. I wish I could have been right here just preparing a bunch in front of you. But you're going to find just even committing, let's say you just decide I'm going to do lunches, salads, and take control of my dressing. You're going to find yourself empowering your mind, empowering your taking control of your waistline and fueling up your energy with those ideas and ingredients. But, speaking of taking control, you can choose to use your power and take control, or you can choose to let justifications, rationalizations, defending limitations, and your excuses control you and drain your power. It really boils down to deciding and committing to yourself and your goals, and then choosing to figure out and being open to figuring out new ways, looking at possibilities, learning and growing, and keep moving forward. You've got this, my friend. I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. You can drop those down in the comments. I promise I do respond to those. You absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, the way I end this podcast every time is always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week. That's another Power Blast podcast in the books. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, when you are ready to recharge your battery, make sure you go to talktoperry.com. That's talktoperry.com. That's Perry. And I want to listen. I want to hear, what's going on. I want to help you in that 15-minute call to recharge your battery and reclaim your power so that you're off and running and creating massive momentum toward your dream. Also, every day, I am delivering more motivation, support, tips, and strategies inside my free community with amazing people like yourself. And we are conquering the mindset and the fitness. I do 52 weeks of free training in there. Plus, I coach and I mentor people, as well as give you access to tons of resources and guides. It's called my Upside Down Fitness community because we work on a lot of mindset stuff, the inside stuff. And we're a fun group of people striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life. So make sure you get in there. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Just head over to upsidedownfit.com and you can get into the group. And hey, you would be an awesome friend if you get over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave an honest rating and review for the Power Blast podcast. It helps awesome people like you find this show even faster, and that's who I'm looking for, awesome people like you. That's all I have for this week, my friend, and just to let you know, you absolutely rock. That's all I have for this week. I'll see you on the next Power Blast podcast, and always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.